Hey everyone, thank you so much for coming to my channel, d.vs.debt. This is D. It's Friday, which means it's time for Freebie Friday as well as my Happy Mail. I have some super amazing and generous Happy Mail from some wonderful viewers that I'm so excited to share. They are school themed because it was from my classroom wish list. So thank you guys so much. I can't wait to share this with you all. And then I do have a Happy Mail as well from the Happy Mail Fairy. She sent a package, which was so incredibly kind. And then I have a set of freebies that are geared towards college students. It's a total of 25 free printables that I had found on a website. However, you don't have to be a college student to use a lot of these. So I'm going to show you how to use them for different purposes. So for example, I thought one would make a cute savings challenge. There's some for managing your schedule, all kinds of stuff. So we'll be getting into that. So first, let's go ahead and start with the Happy Mail from the Happy Mail Fairy. So she sent this in this super cute pink envelope. Keep that in mind with the pink. And look at this amazing envelope inside. Holy smokes. That set my eyeballs on fire. I was like, oh yeah. So first, the stuff inside were dry erase markers. So thank you so much. We go through these like crazy in my classroom. And so I talked about how, because I teach at a community college, we share a classroom and everybody swipes each other's marker. So if you leave it and go on to your next room and the other person goes in, they're pretty much guaranteed to be gone. So in one day, one classroom sees hundreds of students and tons of professors. And again, we all rotate through, so you really have to guard these with your life. Somebody in my bling video, my DIY video, came up with a brilliant idea of blinging the dry erase markers. That way I can know, like, hey, these are mine. And so I'm excited to be like the teacher with the blinged out markers. I can't wait to go to town on these. So thank you. Another thing I've learned, so this is a perfect combination because I do like to have a black marker and then a highlight color. I'd read in several places that when you write in blue, you remember it better. And so that's something I tell my students. And so I'll write something on the board and then circle it, draw, annotate around it with a different color, in this case, blue. So perfect choices, Happy Mail Fairy. Thank you so much. She sent these bracelets for breast cancer awareness, which is so thoughtful. Thank you so very much. If you're new to my channel and you don't know, my mom is currently battling breast cancer, so she just had her mastectomy and we got her biopsy results back. It wasn't what we were hoping to hear, so the battle continues. So this is so sweet. Thank you so much. Now inside this amazing envelope was such a cute card. Totally geared towards me. There's the cats, there's the flowers, there's the cactus, because I'm from Arizona. She had some really amazing words inside, so thank you, Happy Mail Fairy. I especially appreciate your prayers for my mom. She definitely needs them. And look at this. How awesome are these? So that's going to be part of the bling action that's going to be happening with my markers. I'll be like, listen, I'm the only teacher with the pink ribbon markers that are bedazzled as heck. So I'm going to lay these down and then bling around it. And that way everybody knows these are my markers. And then she sent me another card and it was so sweet. She was thanking me for being the first person to send her Happy Mail. So this is so sweet. She sends everybody and their mother Happy Mail, literally, not exaggerating. And so I was very excited to learn that I was the very first person to send Happy Mail to her. So make sure and show the Happy Mail Fairy some love and send her some Happy Mail as well, because that's the whole point, spreading kindness and smiles and all that stuff. And glitter. She's known for filling her cards with glitter, and it got me. When I got into the car, I was so excited about the package. The last couple of cards I received from her, I opened outside of the car so that it could dump the glitter out. This time I totally forgot in my excitement and I jumped in the car, ripped open the envelope, and glitter flew everywhere. So there's still a little bit left, but the rest of it is living basically in the bottom of my car. So thank you so very much, Happy Mail Fairy. That was so incredibly kind and thoughtful of you. And you better believe you'll be getting some blinged Happy Mail back in the mail. Now the next happy mails are from people that went to my Amazon wish list, which is linked in my description box down below. So you have no idea how much I appreciate this. I was floored when I went in to check my mail and there were keys in there for the locker where these goodies were. So if you're new to my channel, I teach at a community college and I have students that are struggling with their reading skills. So they're not college level yet. And so my class is to try to get them caught up. But sometimes they come into my class with elementary school level reading levels. And so it's a lot of pressure to try to get them caught up in 4 months to where they can succeed in regular college classes. So it is a very stressful job. I always have big classes and just a lot of pressure to try to push my students as hard as I can in one semester. So I also happen to teach on the US-Mexico border, so we have a lot of students that cross the border back and forth every day. It's also an area with a high poverty rate, and the campus itself is out in the sticks in the middle of nowhere. The closest town is 10 miles away, so when you go to school, you're literally in an island, and so there's a lot of food insecurity for my students. Once you're there basically for the rest of the day, because again, it's in the middle of nowhere. So a lot of the students are low income, are first generation college students. They're the first students in their family to ever attend college, and it's hard to find food. So I like to have snacks in my classroom. I try to have healthy-ish options, but I also, to stretch my buck, tend to shop mostly at Dollar Tree to try to get as many snacks as possible for them. So let me show you. The first one is so sweet. It says, "Have a great school year," from your subscriber KD. KD, like Katie. So this is so sweet. Thank you, thank you. Let me show you the goodies. So the first one was the dry erase markers and the thing to clean the board, because I make a mess, y'all. I always feel bad for maintenance, so I try to leave it as clean as possible because I write all over the place and then it's hard to wipe off. So this is like the perfect set. So thank you so very much for that. This next one isn't gonna fit, but it's a pack of 30 goldfish crackers, and it's the cheddar, the fancy colored ones, and the pretzel. So to me, this is a great variety pack. My students are 20 per class, and I have 6 classes. Sometimes I have 7 depending on enrollment, but I'm looking at probably having about 120 students this semester. So this is super duper appreciated because, like I say, I buy a lot of snacks. And that's why when anyone asks what I need for my classroom, it's always those dang dry erase markers that we're always fighting over, and food for my students. The other thing I was sent were these Ritz crackers. These are bougie crackers in my opinion, because again, I tend to just buy the Dollar Tree kind. So these are so fancy, thank you. So peanut butter and cheese. So again, I don't want to be feeding my students all kinds of junk, and so I consider this the healthier options, and these are the fancy ones. So oh my gosh, I put those on my wish list just kind of like as a, well, like dream big kind of thing. So I'm floored that you sent them, because it's $15. That's a lot of money to me. So thank you so much for helping feed my hungry students. They super duper appreciate it. I super duper appreciate it. The next happy mail is from the Budget Paparazzi, and she's so sweet. So her nickname is Rami, and she tipped me off to the fact that I had put a 4-pack of dry erase markers on my wish list, and it was 4 different colors. I was basically trying to pick the cheapest one I could find, and so apparently that one wouldn't ship, I'm assuming, to PO boxes. So she got smart and instead just replaced it with the black, which is perfect because again, these get used like crazy, and so I go through these like crazy. So this was a perfect choice, so thank you. And then she sent a class pack of granola bars. So again, healthier, not the healthiest, but this, hits the spot when you have a student that can't concentrate because they're hungry. And so this is perfect. So thank you, Rami, so much. And thank you for the heads up about that pack of dry erase markers. I need to remove that and figure out how to replace it with a different one that will ship to my PO box. So thank you, Rami. This next person also sent the class pack of super tasty granola bars. And I was extremely excited because this was from Larry Thompson. So, woo, a male viewer. I have like 1.5 male viewers according to my analytics. So very excited. Thank you, Larry. Thank you for watching my channel. Thank you for looking out for my students. I super appreciate this. This totally made my day. This next one, oh, so tempting. This is for 2 classes because my classes are 20 students per class. So this is awesome. You're feeding 2 classes right here. This is from Trisha Nelson. So Trisha, thank you so very much. There's another part to it. I just wanted to share that she wrote a note saying she hopes I have a fabulous school year. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm very nervous about this year. And she mentioned about the whole dry erase debacle, the color 4-pack that wouldn't ship. So I'm trying to figure that one out. I hope the students enjoy the snacks. Oh, they will. Trust me, they will. Students are hungry anyways. Most of my students tend to be fresh out of high school. So, you know, if you have teenagers, they are eating machines. And again, being from a low income area, sometimes these snacks are things that they can't afford on their own. So trust me, they are going to enjoy the heck out of those snacks. Then in addition to these fruit gummies, she sent the peanut butter cracker pack that comes with the cheese crackers as well. So huge. I can't fit it all into frame because it's so much. But thank you, Trisha. You are amazing. Thank you so much. So I need to squirrel these away in my office at school so nobody steals them because these are for students and students only. All right, so now it's time to share with you the printables that I found. I wanted to keep it a college theme since the Happy Mail today was for my students. So the website, the link is in my description box down below. There are a total of 25 printables to choose from. And again, even if you're not a college student, or maybe you have a kid who's going to college or getting ready to, that would be a good site to share with them. But there are ways to use these printables on there that can be for anyone, not just for college students. So I printed out some of them, didn't print out all 25 because I'm super low on ink right now, so I had to be stingy. This is the one that I thought could be turned into a savings challenge. So even though it says organic chemistry, so this is meant for a chemistry class, you just slap a sticker over it or some whiteout and put another label on it, and you can use this as a savings challenge. So for example, you can fill all these little honeycombs with different numbers, and then when you save that amount, like say this is 5 right here, then you color it in and put the 5 in your envelope. You could have them scrambled up, or you can have them in rows, like this is a $1 row, the 5, the 10, the 20, so on and so forth. So you get to decide the total number that it adds up to, what it's going to look like. Maybe you only put numbers randomly, like in a honeycomb, you know, sometimes just certain little parts are filled with honey. Or maybe you want to go big or go home and, you know, fill in the whole thing. Maybe the whole thing is just 1. You're saving up $1 bills, and when you fill in the page, then you get to spend it, or whatever it is that you want the challenge to be. So I thought this had a potential to be turned into a savings challenge. Here's one that I love because you print it, cut it out, and now you have 4 different sheets to work with. And so this is a to-do list. You circle the day that this is on. There's reminders. I'm going to be needing this now that summer school finishes in 1 week, and then I have 2 weeks off, and then the fall semester kicks into gear. So I have a lot to do in those 2 weeks to get ready. So I'll be burning through my to-do list like crazy. I am a checklist fanatic because that helps me stay organized and remember what I need to do. I thought this one was cool as well. So they had one for every day of the week. So each one had its own page. It starts at 6 a.m., ends at 11 p.m. However, you can white it out and adjust the hours to go with your schedule. You have your to-do list, your shopping list, the daily schedule, the meal plan or the meal tracker, things that are important to your deadline. So your top 3 things that need to be accomplished that day. So this will help you stay organized. And there is a meal planner on its own for every day of the week, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, as well as a shopping list, as well as a budget that you're working with, especially with college students. Don't have a lot of money, and guess what? Neither do college teachers. So the budget section is super, super important. weekly overview. So I like the fact that there's a box for every day of the week. It makes me angry when they will clump Saturday and Sunday together, because you know what? Saturdays and Sundays, at least for me, are still super busy. Even though I'm not in the classroom or at school, I'm grading, I'm lesson planning, I'm recording videos, I'm doing all kinds of stuff for the classroom. So it irks me when they get clumped together to once. So I appreciate the fact that they're separated and that there's a box for reminders like next week, don't forget this is coming up, because that helps you prepare, you know, what you need to do this week to be ready for next week. This is something I'm definitely sharing with my students, online class, weekly action plan, because they do attend, because most of them are first generation college students. The school culture is completely new to them. So for us, going to school might be easy, but for them, they're the first in their family to do it. So they don't know what to expect. They don't know how to navigate. They need help getting organized and all of that stuff. So I thought this was cool, especially with online classes. People tend to struggle with that because they forget that assignments are due, or they forget the days they're supposed to be logged in. So really like the checklist, really like the reminders for important tests and assignments that are due. So I thought this could be revamped. If you're not a student, you can just again cover things up with stickers and change the labels to work for you. Here's another hourly planner. So again, if it's not for study, you can just replace that with a different word. Starts at 5 a.m. and ends at midnight. So what I thought was interesting about this one is I'd never seen it break it down into 15-minute increments this way. So you have your hourly increments here, and then your 15-minute chunks here. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Your subjects that you're studying for, your color code. So like, let's say my class is pink, math is red, English is green, so on and so forth. You can color code your schedule. So you see like, oh, here's my pink block. That's when I'm with D. Topics and chapters, could be assignments, whatever you want to do with this. But I thought this was cool to help you stay organized. And this one I thought was great as well. So it can work for anybody. It's your weekly plan. Broken down, start with a Monday start, ends with Sunday, so the weekend is together. Starts at 6 a.m., ends at 10 p.m. Ooh, military time, I just noticed that. I didn't realize it was in military time. Your shopping list, your birthdays this week. So this is helpful for teachers, but maybe if you have a giant family, it's helpful for you. Or you can just cover the word birthdays and say like appointments this week or whatever it is. Note sections and assignments and tests this week. So I thought this was a really smart layout as well. So again, this isn't all of the printables. There are a total of 25. I just happened to show you some of them. So hope you enjoyed. Hope these come in handy. If you made it this far into the video, please go ahead and let me know by leaving me a food emoji, since you got to see a lot of amazing snacks in today's Happy Meal. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll see you on Sunday for my savings challenges. Have a great day.